should totally cover that. What's up, guys and girls? Obviously, I'm back. I mean, duh. I mean, you can see me, most of you, better than I can actually see myself. And yes, I am still lying on my side. And yes, I know I look strange, and trust me, I feel strange. And I should also probably stop stating the obvious.
You think?
Also, I promise you there will be a time where I post a video and I will not be lying on my side. Like, that day will come, I promise.
Oh my god.
Anyways, remember in my last video that I posted last week, I spoke about the journey and that it would be long and hard. This one, you guys know that it is long and hard. Ooh, kinky. No man, the journey, like the road, it's long and hard, and that it always gets worse before it gets better, but it does get better. Another important B word, y'all. This over here. This is your living proof of exactly that. And some of you are probably thinking like, girl, just stop it. Like, stop lying on your side. Or like, what is this girl talking about again? But before I explain, do you guys remember in the very first video I posted 2 weeks ago when I spoke about the importance of a mental game for the very first time? For those of you that don't, here's a little recap. And if the journey, like my journey, has taught me anything the last 5 years, like a mental game is everything. And if you're going to start somewhere, start there, 100%. Okay, so like keeping both of those videos in mind, basically what happened was on Wednesday late afternoon, after I had recorded my second video to post on Thursday, I noticed a change in my vision. And the surgeon had obviously said to me, Tan, if you notice any like changes in your vision, that I should obviously let him know. Because like the thing with my eyes is also that anything can happen with them. Like they can change in a split second. So I obviously have to continuously like monitor them, right? Which is pretty shit because like I'm always having to be reminded of them, as like it's not the type of problem that you can like avoid or escape either, if that makes any type of sense. Like it's not like maths or like dancing, you know, something that you can void, because obviously whenever my eyes are open, which is like minimum 12 hours of the day, I'm reminded of them because I can see things, or some things, you know. Anyways, I phoned his room straight away and like I spoke to the receptionist and I explained what I was seeing and stuff. And so it's really uncomfortable. And she said that she was going to cancel my 2-week post-op from the previous op that was scheduled for Tuesday the 2nd of June, so 2 days ago. And that she scheduled me in for the Friday the 29th of May, so 2 days time. And I just thought to myself, like, it's fine, it's only like 2 working days earlier, like it's probably nothing. Because when I woke up on Friday for my appointment, like my vision was a little bit better than it was on the Wednesday and the Thursday. So I thought like to myself, like if it was really bad, my vision would have been worse on Thursday and Friday, right? Well, that was kind of my logic. Like, I even told my mom, like, cancel my appointment, like, it's fine. But your fucking motherfucking asshole was wrong. Okay, not laugh out loud. Anyway, I saw him, obviously, and he told me that he would have to operate again on Monday, so the 1st of June, as my retina had detached again, and that I'd have to go for COVID tests again. So, like, in my head again, I'm thinking, why the fuck couldn't it have detached when the leak happened? Like, you know, like, kind of like kill 2 birds with 1 stone scenario, but like you sort the leak out and reattach my retina in the same operation type of thing. I mean, talk about bad timing. Anyways, so while y'all were getting excited to go drink alcohol again, I was busy prepping myself for surgery. Sounds super sad, I know, but like it's the truth nonetheless. And I mean, right now and then I realized that I needed my mental strength, you know, like my mental strength, like my mental game I needed it, like it was everything. But that also doesn't mean that like one needs to neglect the feeling of negativity, or like in my case, basically feeling like absolute shit. Because it's okay. Like no one can legitimately be positive 24/7, 365. That's not what I've been trying to say in all my previous videos. Like it's also super important to feel those emotions, like super important. But the amount of times I'm saying but, lots of buts. The key is to have your moment of weakness, like get super frustrated or angry, or like even cry if that's what you need to do. I mean, that's literally what I did. Like in the car, after he had told me my retina had detached again, like not even 4 months after he had just like flippin' reattached it. Like I was honestly so bleak, like especially after he had told me 2 weeks ago that the surgery to fix the leak, like it would be the last one, like for a while. But clearly his while and my while are totally different lengths of time, like 100%. Also, before I forget, let me just disclose that like in February when I first had my first detachment and he had to like put it back together, he put a cryo buckle in my eye, like to hold my retina in place, and then he put an air pocket as well. And then obviously like next to the cryo buckle, and obviously over time the air pocket like dissipated. Also, a cryo buckle is like essentially a silicone band, so it's like basically a posh way to say that the surgeon put a condom over my retina to protect my eye, or to protect my retina from detaching. And I was like honestly shattered. Like my heart was like beyond sad. That like I even thought to myself, like I had that why me moment. Like I had it in my head, and I'm not gonna deny it or lie about it. But I mean, after I had my moment, like I let my mental game kick back in, like I started to let the positivity start to flow again. I mean, I didn't let it happen, like I kind of forced it because, I mean, that's what I needed. And yeah, I definitely believe that God only gives you what he knows you can handle. And I also kept telling myself that he clearly thinks that I am strong enough and more than capable enough to handle this. But my mom also like made me realize that just because you're strong enough to handle pain, like doesn't necessarily mean you deserve it. And like it's so damn true. Like I really want you guys to take that in. Like just because you're strong enough to handle the pain doesn't mean that you deserve it. Like let that settle in. Like I want you to drill that into your head, like because it's so important to keep reminding yourself of that. Like it is. Anyway, moving on. So the reason I've titled this video Tan's Truth and Treasure What You Have is basically because when I had 40% vision in both my eyes, so like 80% in total, and at that point there wasn't really any issues with him, like no surgeries, I didn't accept that the 40% vision was golden. Like I didn't treasure what I had. I treasured the 60% in each eye that I didn't have, like unfortunately. And now I look back and I think, fuck, like why did I compare them? Like why did I not focus on the 40% that I had, you know? Like it's terrible because now that's my goal. Like a goal that I regrettably had and lost because I didn't treasure what I have. I didn't, focus on what I should have. Anyways, let me try put these percentages that I'm like blurting out to you in a visual way for you guys, like try help you better understand. So basically, for the guys that are non-visually impaired people, you guys see in like Blu-ray, like HD definition, right? And like when you like in a mall and you walk past like a gadget store and they have those like HD TVs on display, right? And you can see like the hair on the bee and you can see the textures on its wings and shit, and like how beautiful that flower is and the water droplets, and like, that the bee is chinchilling on. Like I'm really hoping you guys know what the hell I'm talking about. Like I'm not high, I promise. Just on a lot of painkillers at the moment. Okay. Well, compared to that, my vision is SABC3. and that's the left eye. The right eye currently is filled with oil. Yep, oil. So like if any of y'all need to fry an egg or need some extra oil for cooking your popcorn, I got you. Anyways, the right eye is basically like those box TVs that have their antennas on top that you have to manually adjust, like to get the picture. Otherwise, like the TV, it's just static. And for me right now, it's not even static. It's just plain black, obviously, with the thing. But when I get it taken off, I'll see. But yeah, I'm treasuring what I have. I mean, you guys need to start doing that. It's like a big thing, and like I hope this puts just a few things into perspective for you, because it really did for me. Like even more so when I was at the Johannesburg Eye Hospital, which seems to be my second home at the moment. And when I checked in on Monday morning, I realized or heard that girl next to me was 3 years old, like in the room, and she was having surgery. And I mean, at least I was 14 when I had my first surgery, and like at least I knew what was going on, you know. And like I hope more than anything this video like makes you at least treasure again what you have. Like I was 14, she's 3, and I also hope that it's made you treasure how blessed a lot of you actually are, and made you at least think about treasuring what you have. Like I hope it's made you realize like how you could be like subconsciously like thinking about how shit your life is. And like with the world and what it is now, it's really not hard to think that way at all. But honestly, like literally if we all had to stand in a circle and like throw our problems into the air, trust me, you would definitely want to catch your own. Or maybe you wouldn't, but I'm pretty sure you would. And I also never usually do this, but I'm on a roll with being out of my comfort zone. So like, why stop now, right? Yeah, my thoughts exactly. So here's what I was kind of like thinking of doing for my next video. Something a little different to the last, well, 3, like including this one that I've posted. But yeah, I was thinking of kind of doing like exposing, well, like uncovering and showing you guys like kind of like a day in the life of someone who's visually impaired, almost like a short story, if you will. Let me know your thoughts and your feels. I'm also open to any suggestions, so feel free to comment or send me a private message if you have my WhatsApp app number, obviously, or you can send me a DM on Facebook or Instagram, whatever you think. I just wanted to thank you guys for your constant support and for watching. And also remember, you're only as good as you think you are. So think you're great, and that is exactly what you will be. Peace, love, and all things kind.